Hello there, and welcome to 272 Berdann TV1 Style. For about 30 minutes, we'll be talking about some questions we were able to ask students and teachers about the school year and beyond.
So sit back, relax, and let's get this show on the road.
For our first topic of the day, we'll be talking about some people's favorite class this year and why. We had some good responses to this one. Let's take a look.
My favorite class is geometry and geometry lab because our teacher really cares about how we do.
My favorite class this year probably is CAD 2 because we get to design and architect different models and buildings and use different programs on the computer. It's really cool.
My favorite class this year was graphic design. I love the teacher, Miss Knoll, great woman. I love you, Miss Knoll, if you're watching. Also, we learned a lot of cool things. We did some cool projects. Overall, it was a great class.
All right, my favorite class this year is probably Principal of Business because it basically teaches me how to be successful out of school and what to do with money and how to save it.
My favorite class this year, I'd say it probably has to be band, only because I know a lot of people in it, so it makes it a lot more fun for me. I get to also make new friends there. That's pretty cool. I also get to play really cool music with all the people that I know and love, so that's always really fun.
My favorite class is probably TV production. You get to do a bunch of fun stuff there. Edit, make movies, do newscasts. It's really fun. With 272 Berdann, there's a bunch of fun stuff to do there.
Okay, so my favorite class is history because though it's pretty chaotic, it's actually a lot of fun, and my friends are all in there, and Faith is in there, and it just makes everything a lot better.
My favorite class is English Enriched with Miss Kanj, and it's because we always talk about a lot of stuff and discuss lots of stuff, and we also have fun doing it too. So,
my favorite class this year was probably foods class. It's really interesting. You get to learn a lot of things you could use in the future, and you get to eat a lot most of the time during the week, so it's a pretty good class.
My favorite class this year was probably history because I liked my teacher and the subject. I like that too.
My favorite class of the year was AP Comp Sci because I'm good at programming and we really get to have fun, program what we want.
Okay, so my favorite class this year was probably my history class. It was really more discussion oriented, which I really enjoyed. We had a lot of debates, we had a lot of in-depth discussion. It wasn't all lectures and reading from the textbook. It was more discussion oriented, and I enjoyed that a lot, especially because I love history. So that was probably my favorite class this year.
My favorite class was band because it was a very friendly environment and allowed me to do a lot more this year than I thought I'd be able to do, like go to Ohio and participate in football games.
My favorite class is English because I like writing short stories and poetry.
I would think my favorite class is gym class. I don't have to think a lot. I don't have to use my brain too much. I could just enjoy myself and have fun in gym, and I don't need to think.
My favorite class is band because I really love making music with a lot of other talented people.
My favorite class is Principles of Business just because the atmosphere is just kind of really chill and we get to learn new things that we can sort of adapt into our future.
My favorite class this year was AP Physics 2 because all of the interesting things I learned this year.
My favorite class is Foods with Miss Schneck because Miss Schneck is really cool and Foods teaches us how to be responsible and live on our own. It's an important skill to learn.
My favorite class is C# with Mr. McNutt. It's just a great class. I love coding.
My favorite class is gym because I like Project Adventure. I like to challenge myself by climbing as far as I can every day.
My favorite class is photography because I get to express myself through a camera, and then we get to learn how to use Photoshop, and the teacher is really awesome.
My favorite class is CAD because I learn about computer-aided design. It's basically just designing things with a computer. It's really fun.
Our favorite class is
Chemistry.
Because
we sit across from each other.
My favorite subject would be history because I'm good at memorizing stuff, so whenever anything happens, I know what happens.
My favorite class of the year is anatomy because I have a bunch of friends in that class and we learn a bunch of cool and interesting stuff.
Hi, my name's Nick Pannern, and my favorite class is graphic design because Miss Knoll's the best teacher in the world. I really advise taking it because it's the best class in the world.
Hello, I'm Michael Zangoli here at Wayne Hills.
And I would say my favorite subject has to be gym. You know, Project Adventure, I love getting out there and climbing, you know, playing some soccer. Great time. You gotta love gym.
My favorite class is robotics right here with Mr. Yost. He is an amazing teacher, and I actually feel smart in that class.
Here would have to be chemistry because we're learning about new chemicals and having fun labs.
Hi, my favorite class was English this year because Miss J and Miss Korbanik were awesome.
My favorite class is Mr. Levy that I'm currently in right there. It's a good experience and he's fun as a teacher.
My favorite class is probably gym just because Project Adventure is fun. I have a lot of friends and it's fun.
This year, there were some great movies that came out. We asked some students which movies they thought were their favorites and got some great responses. Let's hear some of them.
My favorite movie is Kill Bill, and I like the female lead and the redemption story arc, both volumes 1 and 2.
My favorite movie is Baywatch because there's a lot of pretty girls in it and it's really funny.
My favorite movie is Get Rich or Die Trying, and I like it because it's about my favorite rapper's life. So yeah.
My favorite movie is The Sixth Sense because it has the single greatest ending of all time.
My favorite movie is Borat because he's funny and it was just the best movie I ever seen.
The movie that I saw this year was Lion, and I liked it because it was portrayed how important a kid's family is and how they spend time together.
My favorite movie is Cars, and it's just a good movie.
My favorite movie is Frozen because I have a Olaf blanket and it's very soft and I sleep with it at night.
Favorite movie is 21 Jump Street because I like the action. It's a really good comedy.
My favorite movie is Baywatch because it's really funny and it has a good plot. My favorite movie is Safe Haven because the plot is really good and it has a really sad love story and it all works out at the end. So, yeah, happily ever after.
My favorite movie is The Last Song because my favorite actress is in it.
My favorite movie is Mamma Mia because I love the actress Meryl Streep and she is one of the best actresses of all time, I think, and she's really inspiring with the different kinds of movies that she does, like all around.
My favorite movie is Kingsman. Kingsman is a really good movie because a lot of action happens, a lot of fight scenes, really cool editing, cool effects, just an all-around good movie.
My favorite movie is La La Land because it's a new take on like a classic movie musical.
My favorite movie is Silver Linings Playbook because I love the actors and the story has a really great plot.
My favorite movie is Finding Nemo because it shows that family always sticks together.
My favorite movie would have to be Grown Ups because no matter how many times I've watched it, it's still one of the funniest movies.
My favorite movie is Pitch Perfect because I think the acting is great and I love the music.
Favorite movie is definitely Happy Gilmore. I mean, I'm a Happy Gilmore. Adam Sandler is hilarious, and every scene in that movie makes me laugh.
My favorite movie is Annie because I love the music in it and I grew up watching it.
My favorite movie would be Elf because when I was little, I would dress up as Elf every Christmas and tell people that I like warm hugs, and I would try to hug people all the time.
Favorite movie is Goal because I like soccer.
My favorite movie is Ted because I like when stuffed animals come to life.
My favorite movie of the year was Beauty and the Beast because I love Emma Watson.
My favorite movie of the year is Guardians of the Galaxy because the raccoon is really funny.
My favorite movie of the year was Pirates of the Caribbean because I like pirates.
My favorite movie of the year was Rogue One because some of the special effects were really, really good.
My favorite movie of the year was Beauty and the Beast because Emma Watson is an amazing actress and I thought everything was done really well.
Okay, so my favorite movie of the year is Beauty and the Beast, and mainly because Emma Watson played the lead role of it. But other than that, it was a really good movie and it was perfect.
My favorite movie this year was Split, where it's a guy who has 21 personalities, and I just think the idea of that is pretty cool. And the way the plot ran and the ultimate twist at the end of the girl going through the same thing as the main character, I thought was pretty interesting.
All right, so if I had to say my favorite movie of this year, definitely Beauty and the Beast. And I'm a huge Disney buff, and I love it. It's great.
My favorite movie released in the 2016-2017 school year is Rogue One, the Star Wars movie. It's just great storyline, and it's Star Wars, so it's just awesome.
My favorite movie was probably Star Wars Rogue One because seeing Darth Vader in a movie again was pretty refreshing because it's been a long time since I saw him in a movie.
So this year I saw the movie Beauty and the Beast in theaters, and I thought it was really great because it was live action Beauty and the Beast instead of the cartoon. But the only thing that they could have done better is kept the line, "Marie, the baguettes, hurry up," because they took it out and it ruined the whole thing for me. But I'd give it a 7.8 out of 10 if I had to rate it. Thank you.
My favorite movie of the year? Doctor Strange. Fantastic movie, actually. Really brought something new to the table. It really got everyone confused.
My favorite movie this year was Guardians of the Galaxy 2 because I found it very funny.
My favorite movie of the year was Fate of the Furious because I've always been a big fan of the series and I thought it was a pretty good addition.
My favorite movie that I saw this year is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 because it was hysterical.
My favorite movie this year was Pirates of the Caribbean because of all the funny moments and thrilling parts.
My name is Tim McKnight. My favorite movie of the year, Captain Underpants, because I like to run around in my underwear sometimes.
My name's Pat Gilmore, and my favorite movie of the year is Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I saw it 2 weeks ago with my grandma and my family. It was very amusing. Crazy family in there, reminded me a little bit of my own.
Hi, my name is Matthew Klarberg. My favorite movie of the year had to be Fate of the Furious because it's very amusing and there was a lot of cool graphics and everything to go with it.
My favorite movie this year was Logan because it had a dark twist and it had a lot of, crazy action scenes. Man, you don't see that nowadays. You know what I'm saying, babe?
My favorite movie is Logan. I just loved the action in it, all the writing. It's just a good movie.
And my favorite movie of the year would have to be Logan. The reason is, it's a very emotional and impactful film, and it's hilarious, and it's just a great movie. I recommend watching it.
My favorite movie this year was Logan. Even though I haven't seen the other Wolverine movies, this movie was just so interesting, and all the characters and everything they did was really great.
My favorite movie of the year would have to be Logan, just because Hugh Jackman makes everything so much more intense, and the turn of the story and how dark it was pretty cool.
My favorite movie of the year is probably Guardians of the Galaxy 2 because also from the first one, just the music and it kind of it gets me. That's my type of music, but the music, how they use it, how it's choreographed, it's really well done.
Okay. My favorite movie of 2017 would probably have to be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I don't know, it was a really funny movie and I love the soundtrack. A lot of these movies nowadays got them Hannah Montana or Miley Cyrus, that kind of stuff. I don't like that. I like some Electric Light Orchestra, that's Mr. Blue Sky. I love that stuff. And it's a very funny movie. I remember one scene, Baby Groot, cute as hell.
My favorite movies this year was Fate of the Furious. It was action-packed movie. It was really nice. I enjoyed it.
My favorite movie of the year was Fate of the Furious, just because a lot of action-packed fighting and a lot of cool, sick driving. So that is my favorite movie of the year, gentlemen.
My favorite movie this year was Lego Batman. I liked it so much because it brought a new vision of Batman. It was more funny. You mostly see Batman as a mysterious fighter, but this one was actually funny. So it was kind of great to see a different side of him.
All right, so me and Richie, our favorite movie is the same. That'd be Batman, the Lego movie. Richie, how do you feel about that movie?
It's a great movie. Batman and Legos, they get along so well, man.
Such a good combination. Thank you very much.
I'm Gio, and I like Lego Batman because it's cool.
My favorite movie of the year was La La Land. It deals with a jazz musician and an actress who fall in love, and they get to decide what they really want in life. As a fan of jazz myself, I found the music in the movie was really great, and the way things looked. I mean, I don't know a lot about films, but I loved watching it as a viewer.
My favorite movie of this year was La La Land. Love La La Land. It was a solid movie. I love jazz, love music. It was just a great creation of all of them. Great cast, great songs. Still listening to the now, on the Spotify. You know how it is. Just a fantastic movie. Always going to watch it for years to come.
My favorite movie is The Equalizer because I'm just into action movies, and that's probably the best one I've seen.
favorite movie this year was The Boss Baby because I thought it was really funny, and that's about it.
I like Star Wars Rogue One because it was a rather morbid movie where everybody died. It was quite comical at scenes. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. It was rather morbid.
And my favorite movie this year was Passengers because Chris Pratt is honestly the best actor I've ever seen in my life.
My favorite movie of the year was Baywatchers. I went to watch it the other day. I thought it was a really good movie. It was funny, had some good action, and I had a good time.
My favorite movie of this year so far is Pirates of the Caribbean because I went with my girlfriend.
My favorite movie was definitely Pirates of the Caribbean, the last one that just came out. It was really good, even though it had a few plot holes. I really liked the action, and the storyline was perfect.
For every favorite class, there must be a favorite teacher. Students were able to say who their favorite teachers were and why. Let's check it out.
Miss Saborito, because she's really fun and I learned a lot from her class.
Miss Knoll, because she kind of trusts us to do our own thing and her class is really fun.
Mr. Peischel, because I like learning about business and his class is really fun and enjoyable.
My favorite teacher was Mr. McNutt because I learned how to code.
Mr. Lumpkin, because he has taught us a lot of things on computers and how to use different programs.
Senor Mavericos, because we always have fun no matter what it is we do. Ciao.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Ricarpio because he helps me understand stuff and he knows how to teach a big class.
Mr. Mavericos because he's always helping and helps us understand Italian, and we play games and his class is so much fun.
My favorite teacher is Miss Bayless because she does fun labs and she's a great teacher.
My favorite teacher is Miss Schlesier because she really tolerates our class and we do fun labs.
My favorite teacher is Mrs. Schlesier because we do fun labs and she's really nice.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Peischel because we have great discussions in class.
My favorite teacher this year is Mr. Dimatools because he's really fun and his class is really good.
My favorite teacher was Miss Getsky because she just has such a big heart in helping the special needs kids, and I just love to do it as well.
My favorite teacher this year is Mr. Paterno because he taught me so much about music.
My favorite teacher this year is Miss Clark because she really cares about her students and she tries to get to know all her students.
My favorite teacher this year is probably Miss Stofy because she's an easygoing teacher. She's always there to talk to. You can relate to her.
I guess it would be Miss Stofy because she really knows what she's doing and she always makes learning fun.
My favorite teacher is Senor Mavericos because he always makes learning fun and easy.
My favorite teacher is Mrs. Schlesier because you do really fun labs in her class.
My two favorite teachers are Miss Kinney and Miss Camano. Mrs. Kinney because I've known her since elementary school, and Miss Camano's class is just really challenging, but it's interesting and entertaining.
My favorite teacher is Miss Camano because she makes a happy environment.
My favorite teacher is Miss Vera because her jokes are really funny and she makes the whole class laugh.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Mulligan, who teaches chemistry and environmental, but I prefer chemistry, and I really like her as a teacher and as a person. She's very nice and kind and willing to work with you to help you understand what we're trying to do in class.
My favorite teacher is Miss Vera because she's very funny and makes the class entertaining.
My favorite teacher is Stofy because she challenges us and teaches us how to work really hard. And now I have a new work ethic, so yay.
My favorite teacher would probably be Miss Saborito because she makes learning French fun. It's a tough language, but she plays games and stuff, so I like that class.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Calabrese because he's really funny.
My favorite teacher would have to be Mr. Hoogstraight because I really like his class and it's a lot of fun editing and we make really cool videos.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Van Ness because he makes class fun and easy.
My favorite teacher in Wayne House is Mrs. Demi because she has a very fun personality and she's very sassy, and she's just very fun. I just like her personality as a general. I don't mind hanging out with her after I graduate, and I also like Mr. Levy. He's a very cool man.
My favorite teacher is Misty Mulligan because she's always willing to work with everyone and explain the problems even if we're having such difficulty with it.
My favorite teacher has to be Senora De Diego because she makes Spanish too fun.
Favorite teacher is Mr. Green because he explains math a lot and he puts a lot of time and commitment into helping us understand.
Miss Jancarelli because she's really nice and friendly
and she helps you.
Okay, my favorite teacher is Mr. Galpoli because I'm in first period and it just wakes me up for the day.
My favorite teacher I had this year is Miss Ademi, my math teacher, because like her personality is really fun and she's really funny too, and like it's easy to understand the way she teaches and how she is.
My favorite teacher I had this year is Miss Cangelosi because she's like a second mother and she's always preparing us for things to come in the future, and I feel like I could tell her anything. She teaches us life lessons we don't learn in school.
My favorite teacher this year was Miss Mulligan because she allows me to actually enjoy learning and she makes it fun. Dang.
My favorite teacher this year was Paterno, Mr. Paterno, the band teacher, because he helped me grow as a musician and he's taught me a lot.
My favorite teacher is Paterno because he makes band really fun.
I think that my favorite teacher would be Mrs. Saborito, Madame Saborito, because she really like knows how to teach her students.
My favorite teacher this year would have to be Mr. Fleissner because he's an all-around amazing person and a great teacher.
My favorite teacher this year would have to be Mr. Hittinger because we do learn a lot in that class, but we also have a lot of fun, and it's a really safe environment for us to like talk and learn.
My favorite teacher that I have this year is Misty Mulligan, and because she always helps us with all the problems and she always makes it a bit easier the way she teaches us.
My favorite teacher would have to be Miss Mulligan because one, she's really fun, two, I love chemistry, and the way she teaches is a very easy way, but like it's very challenging, which I like.
My favorite teacher would probably be Mr. Scott Summers. He's a great guy. I respect him. He's great at what he does. I have him for philosophy. He's a huge nerd, and I love that. You know, he and I share a common interest with Lord of the Rings. Also, I kind of wish he was my dad because he's really cool. He's just a great, upstanding guy.
My favorite teacher is Miss Yor because she's just awesome. She's just really nice.
My favorite teacher was Mr. Yost because he made my day a lot brighter and he was always there for me if I ever needed to talk to him.
My favorite teacher this year was Madame Sabrietta because she's really cool.
Miss Fishman because she's just a very fun teacher and like her class was always like just a fun class to go to and place to be.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Mavrikos because he is very nice and he is a good teacher and helps me learn things.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Mavrikos because he's a really nice dude and he really helps us with learning Italian.
High school can be a scary place, but it doesn't have to be. With the right advice and guidance, any incoming student, especially freshmen, can conquer the new world that is high school. Freshmen this year gave some advice to help the transition. Let's listen to what they had to say.
Well, if there's anything I would tell the incoming freshmen, it's join a lot of clubs, get involved with the school, play a sport, do something. That'll help you make friends. And, the major key, always bob and weave in those hallways.
Yeah. And my advice for incoming freshmen is to not be shy, be outgoing, and study for your tests.
Do your homework and listen to your teachers.
And my advice for freshmen is to step out of your comfort zone and make new friends.
Advice for the incoming freshmen is just have fun, mess around, take grades seriously, but have a lot of fun and experience the high school life. And take school seriously, of course, get some good grades because that's important, obviously, but just enjoy time with your friends.
Join an extracurricular activity, a sport, or a club.
I'm a junior at Wayne Hills, and my advice to incoming freshmen is be yourself, and you will find a little clique or niche to join, and then you'll have a better time. Don't try to be someone you're not, otherwise you'll end up in the wrong clique and you won't have fun at all. And enjoy it because it goes really fast, I promise.
One piece of advice I could give to the incoming freshmen is do everything in school. Join every club, every activity. That's how I made all my friends. Some advice for incoming freshmen would be to associate with upperclassmen and make friends and branch out, because it's always nice to have friends who can drive you places and who could give you advice on teachers that you might have and what are good classes to take. It's always nice to have someone.
My advice to incoming freshmen is to stay organized and not to procrastinate because it catches up to you.
Advice for incoming freshmen is to join activities and join sports as well.
And I suggest that incoming freshmen join track because it's really fun and you get involved.
And my advice for incoming freshmen is to not procrastinate and join tennis because it's the best sport.
My advice for incoming freshmen is to always do your homework because it affects your grades a lot.
Here at Wayne Hills, and to all you incoming freshmen or 8th graders at the moment, I would say just get involved and, do sports, do clubs, just do something, because once you get involved, you really start to make friends, and it's actually a great place.
My advice to incoming freshmen is to have fun. I mean, high school is the best 4 years of your life before college, so have fun, get involved, and just don't stress, It's stressful coming to high school, but, just relax and have fun. It's high school.
My advice for incoming freshmen is just have fun, man. High school's fun.
My advice for incoming freshmen is to stay on top of all your work, because if you don't, you're just going to get stressed out and not get any of it done.
My advice for incoming freshmen would definitely be to not stress out and kind of just have fun. It's not as bad as you think it's going to be after you get used to it.
Yeah, high school is going to be the best 4 years of your life. It's kind of the only time you're going to get to hang out with the friends that you have here in Wayne. Because after that, everyone's going to go to college and go to different places. So you really got to make all this time memorable.
My advice to freshmen is to try your hardest and to get involved in activities and clubs.
My advice to you incoming freshmen is to make sure you do your work and not procrastinate because it's not helpful.
I think that freshmen should really just focus on their grades, but don't worry too much. Don't let it get to you. Don't get too stressed. Just kind of do your best because worrying too much will not result in anything good.
My advice for freshmen is to work hard and study right from the beginning because your grades do matter in freshman year.
My number one advice for the incoming freshmen is to not slack. Number one rule, don't do it.
For the incoming freshmen, I would say that you should try to get involved with as many school activities as you can because it'll be really fun in the long run.
Say that you should manage your time between having fun and studying for school. There's a hard balance between the two and you'll get really stressed if you don't.
For the incoming freshmen, I would say just not get too stressed and make sure you manage your work and take care of your time wisely because throughout the school year it starts to get really difficult, but if you just stay calm and don't worry about the stress, then you'll do fine.
As a freshman, I really recommend that you stay on top of all of your classes all the time because you will struggle and to study for everything. And I just wanted to say hi to all my 8th grade friends.
My advice for freshmen is to not stress out because everything will work out in the end.
My advice for freshmen is to join sports and as much extracurriculars that you can because that's how you make the most friends and that's the best thing to do. Most of my best friends are from lacrosse or theater and stuff like that. It's the best thing you do.
Advice for freshmen, oh my goodness, walk through these doors and realize that this is going to be the best time of your life. You have 4 years that are going to solidify the rest of your life. Enjoy, have fun, and make good choices.
Don't do too much freshman year because then you're going to get overwhelmed and not do anything sophomore year, and sophomore slumps are real. So get a good GPA your freshman year and you'll be fine.
Advice for freshmen. You should care about your grades freshman year and try to get that GPA as high as it can be freshman year because it only gets harder. It only gets harder. And you don't have APs and extra things that you can take to save you freshman year. So, keep your priorities straight.
Incoming freshmen really needs to know that your reputation really counts a lot for the future because when you start applying to colleges, they're going to look at everything you really did in high school. So you really want to keep up the positive things you're doing in high school.
Your grades freshman year, they really matter towards your GPA at the end of the year. So freshman year, keep it up and try hard.
My advice from incoming freshmen is to just stay on top of your work and if you can, don't owe money to the cafeteria because they'll chase after you.
One thing I would say to the freshmen is don't be as scared as you really think you will be. Don't be scared. It's really not as bad as you think. All the movies, everyone people tell you, it's a lie. It's really not as bad as you think. So don't be scared. That's my piece of advice.
Hi, my name is Sam Marin. And my advice for the incoming freshmen is to stay on top of your work. This is not the year to slack off. This is when you get your GPA up.
Hi, my name is Eunice Park. My advice for upcoming freshmen is to always stay true to yourself and don't give in to other people.
I would say keep your GPA up while you can, because high school only gets harder as you progress through it. So you want to maintain good grades throughout the beginning.
My tip to you freshmen, always do your work and always come in on time.
My advice to the incoming freshmen is to have fun.
My advice for freshmen is to have fun and don't be afraid of upperclassmen, but stay in your lane.
My advice to incoming freshmen is to have fun and write down your homework and study hard.
Well, my advice for the freshmen was get involved in as many things as possible to make your experience here as beneficial and fun and positive as possible. The more you get involved in, the more you feel comfortable here.
You know, I'd have to agree with Vic. Get involved as much as possible, and that's how you make friends here and stuff like that. But the main piece of advice, and I said it, and I'll say it again, I know the hallways get rough. Just remember, bob and weave. Don't get intimidated. Just bob and weave, and you'll be good.
I would think the biggest advice I'd like to give incoming freshmen would be get involved. We have so many activities at Wayne Hills, whether it's going to be sports, band, chorus, TV, play. There's just so many things, so many different clubs. You need to be involved, and it would be such a better high school experience.
My advice for freshmen is to not procrastinate and to do your work on time.
Hello, my name is Mr. Cavens. I'm assistant principal in charge of mathematics and help out with special ed. And what advice would I give to the incoming freshmen? First, I would say that they need to familiarize themselves with the student handbook and the procedures of the school. Next, I think that they should get involved and stay involved in both academics and extracurricular activities. Stay on top of academics, and then finally have fun.
All right, so some advice for freshmen would be
time management, definitely a big key.
Don't stress out about grades or relationships or anything, and try to play as many sports as possible because you don't know what you're going to be good at.
Make as many connections as you possibly can. The more people you know, the better your experience will be.
And my message for incoming freshmen would be to just pay attention on your schoolwork, don't procrastinate, always make sure your grades are up because that really matters throughout high school. It's not one of those things where it's freshman year, it doesn't matter, it really matters. And it could be really stressful at first, but trust me, it goes by so fast and you'll barely feel anything at all. Just don't let it overwhelm you too much, and good luck.
My advice for incoming freshmen is to study hard and get good grades.
My advice is to be active and participate in sports and clubs and all that.
My incoming advice for the freshmen is do your homework and eat your vegetables.
Yeah, I mean, if you do your homework, you're good. Like, I didn't do my homework. Do homework, that's what matters. Don't just worry about tests, homework.
And do good on tests. And don't wait last minute for projects. And do your projects.
Just talk to as many people as you can and make new friends.
And also, don't be afraid to talk to people who sit next to you in class.
And my advice to freshmen is to, no need to keep your books in your hand. You could just keep your backpack, just wear it all day.
Hi, it's Mr. Grogard here. My advice to the upcoming freshmen are that you should make sure that you try to do your best to balance everything, whether it be sports, extracurriculars, and grades. It's a lot more different than middle school, so you need to be on top of your stuff all the time and try your hardest.
Join as many clubs as you can.
From September to June, there has been many memorable pro sports moments. Let's take a listen to what some students' favorite moments of the year were.
All right, so my favorite sports moment from last year has to be when the LA Sparks faced the Lakers in the WNBA Finals and the Sparks came out on top. Easily. Adamo, what are your thoughts? What was your favorite moment of last year's sports?
LeBron James block on Andre Iguodala.
Solid. How about you, Crawl?
When the Cavaliers beat the Celtics.
In how many games?
3.
It was 5. But maybe next time.
My favorite sports moment of the year has got to be Tom Brady bringing the Patriots back from being down against the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl.
His favorite sports moment of this year was when the Warriors blew the 3-1 lead against the Cavs because they're overrated and I'm a Cavs fan.
Favorite sports moment of the year
is when Clemson beat Alabama in the Natty Chip.
My favorite sports moment of the year probably has to be LeBron James' block in Game 7 of the NBA Finals last year, just because that helped them win the game, and I'm a huge Cavs fan, so.
My favorite sports moment of the year was when the Predators won Game 4 last night, because it was a really good game.
My favorite sports moment of the year was when UNC won the national championship.
My favorite sports moment of the year was when the Cubs won the World Series, considering that they haven't won it in over 100 years. I think it was just cool to witness.
My favorite sports moment of the year is when Michigan made a run through March Madness. It was a great story. Their plane went off a runway, and they just had a great run through the tournament.
My favorite, there's so many sports moments in the last year, like when the Indians blew a 3-1 lead, when the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead, just when the home run derby last year was great, the dunk contest, a little so-so. The playoffs this year, I mean, like, the Warriors haven't lost, like, I don't know, maybe like the NBA is rigged or something, like, I mean, it's the same two teams, but like, I don't know. Just the conspiracy theory I have, but I mean, like, there's a lot of great sports, like the Browns winning their first game, just a lot of things. Like the Yankees this year, all of a sudden having a good year from a year last year that was awful. Like, just too many to choose from.
My favorite sports moment of the past 365 days was when LeBron James captured his third championship and his first with Cleveland to cement his legacy among the greats and become the greatest of all time. Better than Michael Jordan, better than Steph Curry, who chokes.
My favorite sports moment was when the Cavs came back from 3-0 to win the NBA Finals. And that was probably my favorite moment because I really like LeBron and he's better than MJ. And like, also, I hate the Warriors, so I'm glad they lost.
All right, so my favorite sports moment of the year had to be the Patriots winning the Super Bowl, coming back down at halftime. They still came back. Tom Brady's the GOAT, won them the game. Deion Lewis, amazing.
So my favorite sports moment this year was when the Cubs won the World Series because it was great to see them win after so many years of not making it.
And my favorite sports moment has been when the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead because I absolutely hate the Warriors.
And my favorite sports moment was both times that the Giants beat the Cowboys because I'm a Giants fan and I don't like the Cowboys.
My favorite sports highlight of this year was when the New York Giants made the playoffs.
My favorite moment in sports is when Real Madrid beat Juventus in the Champions League final.
My favorite sports moment was when Clemson won the national championship because I like Clemson.
My favorite sports moment of this year would probably be Maryland winning the national championship versus Ohio State. Yeah, they played Ohio State and they won, and it was a good game.
My favorite moment was the Patriots winning the Super Bowl.
My favorite pro sports moment was the Landon Collins pick 6 against the Rams.
My favorite pro sports moment this year probably has to be just the Cubs winning the World Series. I'm not a Cubs fan, certainly, but being part of seeing that curse be broken, the fact that, people have lived their entire lives and never saw the Cubs win a World Series, I think was kind of an incredible thing to see.
My favorite pro sports moment was probably when Westbrook broke Oscar Robertson's triple-double record for average in a season, just because we haven't seen that in like almost 40 years. Well, more than 40 years rather, and to see somebody now do it is just incredible, and we'll never probably see that again.
I gotta say, the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl when the Patriots won in the last minute home time, and against the Falcons and during overtime, it was a great play.
I'm gonna have to say when Real Madrid beat Juventus 4-1 and Cardiff. I think I say yeah.
When the Patriots came back in the Super Bowl.
My favorite sports moment is when Wayne Rooney scored a free kick from all the way outside the box, 90th minute, in one of the Premier League games, and tied it up for Manchester United.
The Super Bowl was my favorite when the Patriots came back and won in overtime.
So I don't really have a favorite moment in sports in the last year. Being a Mets and a Jets fan, there really hasn't been too many memorable things happening.
My favorite pro sports moment is when the 49ers only won 2 games this year against the same team, the Rams.
When the Dallas Cowboys lost to the Giants twice, and it was just so important because you can't spell Dallas without 2 L's.
My favorite sport highlight was obviously the Dallas Cowboys playing this season, having a good season, and seeing Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. Hopefully the future will be good for them, and I just love watching them play.
My favorite sports highlight of the year was the Eagles destroying the Steelers 34-3.
I'm going to base my favorite highlight on a disappointment when Beckham drops the ball that Eli throws the perfect pass to against Green Bay and changes that whole game. I wish he wouldn't have gone out on the boat a couple days before that, but he did. I hope this guy changes.
My favorite sports moment of this year is when Curry got crossed up like Kyrie.
Definitely have to be when the Patriots came back and won the state championship game.
Hey, my name is Yara Abaza, and my favorite high school sports memory would be the Wayne Valley versus Wayne Hills football game when we threw powder everywhere.
Favorite high school sports moment, that's probably got to be the 4x4 during winter track when I broke my PR. It was a nice time, and it felt great.
My favorite sports moment of the year was definitely winning the state championship.
My favorite highlight from the soccer year was probably my save against Fairlawn in the extra time for us to advance in sectionals.
My favorite sports moment of the year was the boys varsity lacrosse game against Wayne Valley High School, and the first time we lost, but then the second time we won, and it was pretty lit.
All right, my favorite school sports memory is the state championship for football because it was a fun school occasion. Everyone got together, and it was a good game.
My best memory in fencing was when Dawson Saratsky was down and then somehow won at the Columbia meet and started screaming, and we all screamed with him.
Sports memory of the year was winning the state championship because, it's pretty awesome.
Favorite memory is when we won the state champions because Brendan DeVera did an awesome play.
My favorite sports moment from this year was when Hunter Haig flipped it back to Brendan in the state championship. It was just a remarkable play in the stage that it was on, and the type of game that's being played, and at the end of the game, just a remarkable play.
All right, so my favorite sports memory this year was our football team going 9-0 because all of our hard work paid off in the end.
My favorite high school sports memory is probably winning the state championship at MetLife, and hopefully we can win it again this year, back to back, and that would be the new best memory.
My favorite high school sports moment was when Justin Hodge dunked on the game because it was just dope.
My favorite high school sport moment was this year when we won counties for lacrosse.
My favorite high school sports moment is when we went undefeated in soccer this year in JV because it's a back-to-back thing and it's a tradition.
My favorite high school moment is going undefeated for JV soccer because Coach D is probably one of the best coaches out there, and got along with the team. The team was great.
My favorite sports moment of the year was the volleyball game against Valley because it was a very competitive game.
My favorite sports moment this year is probably winning the state championship because it was a great feeling when we all ran out on the field after we won. And
along with school-related topics and events, this year has been eventful for many reasons. With everything that has happened this year, it is impossible to not have enjoyed something that has happened so far. Let's hear from the people what their favorite moment of the year was.
My favorite moment here at Wayne Hills was when I walked in on the first day of school on a nice and lovely day, and I look forward to the rest of the year.
My favorite moment of the year was freshman health with Miss Kinney.
My favorite moment of freshman year are the football games.
My favorite part of freshman year was how we all got to dress up for Halloween.
My favorite moment this year would have to be when I was in improv club and we decided to go to the Odd because we didn't have our regular room.
My favorite moment of this year was at MetLife, watching them come back fourth quarter, going to overtime and winning, beating Valley.
My favorite part of this year was winning county champions on lacrosse.
And my favorite moment of the year was Mary Poppins because watching the cast grow together and form this amazing show was so much fun.
My favorite part of the school year was participating in sports after school.
My favorite memory of Wayne Hills so far was playing soccer.
My favorite memory is playing football.
My favorite memory would have to be meeting my friend Caitlin.
My favorite memory of the year was softball season.
My favorite memory would have to be getting into college.
My favorite moment in Wayne Hills or choir, mostly choir, would probably there were a few moments, but probably cabaret night.
My favorite memory at Wayne Hills was the drama, The Importance of Being Earnest.
My favorite moment of this school year is either having the honor to play Mary Poppins and Mary Poppins and flying over the stage because that was so weird, but the harness hurt, but it was still cool, or being the drum major with Dana Finkelstein for the 2016-17 marching band year because that was also an awesome experience.
My favorite moment is definitely going to have to be my American Government and Politics class. Shout out to Dr. O'Leary.
My favorite moment, I got two. The first one is winning SDA. That was awesome, putting on a great performance. I loved it so much. And then the second is doing Mary Poppins. What an experience with all my friends and doing Step in Time. What a time to be alive, guys.
My favorite moment is Star Dance.
The Senior Stars Dance was your favorite moment of the whole senior year?
Yeah.
All right. High five.
And my favorite moment from this year was when I got lifeguard certified.
My favorite moment of this year was helping make some stuff for the 272 Berdann show. It was really fun and I enjoyed it.
One of the coolest things I've done so far this year is going in an escape room with my family. We had to try to find evidence of Al Capone committing tax evasion, and we were the detective, and it was really cool. I've always wanted to do one. I loved it.
Probably my favorite memory from this year is going to the Derek Jeter closing ceremony when they retired his number with my family. It was a lot of fun.
Favorite part of this year was definitely the basketball season. It's a good ride. Be even better next year.
My favorite part of the whole year is probably just recording videos for TV and just hanging out with all my friends during the day and just doing my classwork.
And our favorite moment was when
We perfected our handshake.
Yeah. My favorite moment of the school year so far is probably playing spike ball with the boys.
It got pretty heated. Got a couple rivalry matches, and it was just overall a great experience.
Definitely a highlight to the school year so far, I would say.
Favorite moment of the year was during Mary Poppins when I had to babysit a dog that I am allergic to. And I had to pull off like I was all okay. And it wasn't. I was dying inside.
My favorite memory of the year was definitely when I walked into my photo class during a normal school day, and then I see my friend James Bradley, and he showed me this video of him during Project Adventure trying to get onto the trapeze, and then when he jumped, he grabbed it and then spun.
My favorite moment of the year so far was when I, as a member of the Quiz Bowl team, we won the Bright tournament down in Bridgewater. Yeah, it was pretty exciting. We won some money, and then we went down to DC last weekend. We did okay, but whatever. I mean, it was a very good experience. Okay, so what was your favorite thing about the year so far?
All right, so I'm part of the tennis team, and yes, I am. And I've been on varsity ever since my freshman year. And this year, I had the pleasure of playing third singles. And at the county tournament, we all of my teammates and myself all won, and I ended up getting the award of being the #1 third singles player in Passaic County. So that was a great honor, and it was a lot of fun. I got to celebrate and stuff, and the county dinner's next week, so I'm gonna be getting another award there. So it's definitely a big thing for me. I take tennis very seriously, so it's awesome.
My favorite moment of the school year was probably winning state championship.
My
favorite moment this year was seeing Jared Hansen and meeting Ben Platt. It was just a really good time.
My favorite moment this year was all the times that me and my friends went to Dunkin' to hang out. Okay, my favorite moment of the year is when I went to London and visited the London Eye, and because it had a magnificent view.
And my favorite memory of the year was definitely being a captain with Jordan Lopresti on the relay team. Although people who weren't on my team started taking our food and sleeping in our tents, it was still fun.
My favorite moment of the year would be, all right, a little bit of backstory before we get there. My father's a real estate agent, and he sends me out to do his dirty work. Trust me, this is going somewhere. So he sends me out to do his dirty work, and sometimes that involves putting a little piece of paper on the front of someone's house, their home, where they live, that says, be careful. Your house is on the foreclosure list. So one day he gives me a sheet of paper with the address on it, and he's like, all you gotta do is put this on that house. So I'm like, all right. I go up to the house, new house, haven't seen it before. I put the piece of paper on the door, take a picture of it for legal purposes, and I'm like, all right, I'm on my way. I email it to my dad, everything's good, life is good. Half an hour later, I get a call from him saying that I messed up and that I put it on the wrong house. So I had to go back to the person who I just said, your house is being foreclosed on. So I go back to the house, I grab the sheet of paper, I was like, oh, thank God no one came out of the door. And while I was thanking God, someone came out of the door. Apparently, the house was paid off 6 years ago when her husband died. So I had to explain to her that no, you're not being foreclosed on, he is. And then he, the guy next door, happened to be standing outside and heard me. So I had to walk to his house, put the piece of paper on his door while he's looking at me foreclosing on his house, take a picture of that, apologize, and then go home and try to sleep that night. I couldn't.
It's nothing new that boys and girls disagree on multiple things, but we wanted to know what double standards between boys and girls bother people the most. So we went to the halls of Wayne Hills to find out.
Well, one double standard is that boys are allowed to wear tank tops to school and girls aren't.
One double standard that it irks me is when boys burp and they joke around about it, and then a girl does it and every single guy looks at them as if it's disgusting. No. I'm heated about it. I'm really heated.
A double standard between boys and girls that I don't like is how girls can dress nicely for school, but if a guy dressed nicely, he has to be going somewhere in particular.
All right, a double standard I hate about boys and girls is that people believe only men can play soccer, but the girls team beat the boys team several times.
I feel like girls always have to dress nice and look good for people to impress others, and guys don't really have to do that.
A double standard between boys and girls that I don't like is that when girls dress comfortable or athletic, they look tired and sloppy, but boys can wear sweatpants all the time and just exist comfortably around the school without getting judged at all. And if you know me, you know that I love to be comfortable, so I don't care anyway, but still, it needs to be changed.
Girls get looked down upon for what they wear, but guys don't. If guys wear their pants down, no one looks at them differently or they don't get in trouble for it, but if girls have their shoulders showing, then that's an issue.
I think that the dress code should be equal for boys and girls. Sweatpants, universal. T-shirts, universal. Sneakers, universal.
I would say that the one that kind of goes both ways, that men are supposed to be protectors and women are supposed to be the protected. It gives false expectations to both sides, and when it's become evidently clear that men and women are equal in intelligence and pretty much almost everything, and the stereotype that men have to be willing to sacrifice themselves for women or do things despite cost to themselves, and the fact that women have to be the thought that women have to be sheltered and protected by the men, it just doesn't make sense, and it's really outdated to say the least.
I don't like how guys can't wear dresses, alright? Happy? Why can't I come into school wearing a skirt?
Hamburgers, steak, fish, tacos? What's your favorite meal? Let's check it out.
Hello, my name is Shan Batal. I'm a junior here at Wayne Hills, this beautiful school.
My favorite meal. Okay. Favorite meal is definitely gonna have to be a burrito bowl at Chipotle with that spicy chicken, the guac, the rice. Ooh, man, let me tell you.
My favorite meal is a nice sausage and pepper sandwich with Italian bread, cheese, and a nice root beer.
My favorite meal is not regular pasta, but elbow pasta. You know, you cook it, you put a little bit of olive oil in the water, and then you take it out, you drain it, and you just sprinkle a little bit of salt, just a little, you can't do too much, on the elbow pasta. And then you take a wooden spatula, and you mix it around nice and slowly. After that, you take it, you put it in the bowl you're gonna eat it, you pour some lime seltzer from Fairway, the off-brand, not the regular brand, and then that's a favorite meal.
My favorite meal is a bacon cheeseburger, and my favorite drink is Sprite.
Just keep it going, just keep it going, just keep going. My favorite meal is sushi from Sushi Village, and I like water on the side, but like sushi, all you can eat, like it's some good stuff.
One of my favorite meals I eat for dinner is usually grilled chicken with rice.
My favorite food is pepperoni pizza. My favorite drink is Sprite.
My favorite meal is a nice piece of meat, and my favorite drink is obviously protein shake.
My favorite meal is dumplings with some chicken on the side, lo mein, and don't forget about the lemon iced tea.
My favorite food has to go ice cream with vanilla sprinkles, rainbow, and my favorite drink has to be mango.
My favorite food is pizza, cheese pizza, and my favorite drink is Sprite.
All right, well, my favorite food is steak, and my favorite drink is Sprite.
My favorite food is sushi, and my favorite drink is Sprite.
Favorite meal is juicy platters. My favorite drink, it's probably Sprite. It's pretty lit. Have a good day.
Hi, my name is Chris. My favorite food is penne vodka, and my favorite drink is iced tea.
My favorite food is cheesesteak, and my favorite drink is Sprite.
Alright, hi, my name is Jaden. My favorite food is lasagna, and my favorite drink is Honeycrisp apple juice.
My name is John Salami. My favorite food is pizza. My favorite drink is water.
My favorite food is chicken, and my favorite drink is water.
Hi, I'm Adem. My favorite food is buffalo chicken pizza, and my favorite drink is Coke.
Hey, this is Ish Mustafa speaking at Wayne Hills High School. Favorite snack is Doritos nacho cheese specifically. My favorite drink is Yahoo.
Along with the new events, there is also plenty of new music to be listened to across the planet. Let's see what songs were this year's hits in Wayne Hills.
My favorite song is Way It Goes by Hippocampus because it was really good live, and the guitar solo after the second chorus is really good.
My favorite song is Can't Feel My Face by The Weeknd because I too cannot feel my face.
And my favorite song is Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran because it puts me in the feels.
My favorite song is Malibu by Miley Cyrus because it is a very summery and empowering song.
My favorite song's 433 by John Cage. It has no lyrics, but you should really listen to it.
And my favorite song is hands down You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift because that is my jam and I play it all the time in the shower and I know all the lyrics because it's amazing.
My favorite song of the year was probably from the new Bryson Tiller album. It's called Self-Made. It's a banger.
My favorite song is Despacito by Justin Bieber because I love the song and I love dancing to it.
My favorite song that came out this year was probably Attention, just because it's really catchy and it kind of is different from a guy's point of view from the girl's point of view because normally songs are from girls' points of views with the attention stuff, but this is from the guys and it was cool.
My favorite song from this year is That's What I Like by Bruno Mars because it's by Bruno Mars.
My favorite song this year was Malibu by Miley Cyrus. I really liked it because it's kind of like she's back to her old self. I mean, I loved her music before, but like this music kind of just brought me back to like how she used to sing. And
Oh, my favorite song's Despacito because everyone doesn't know the lyrics and it has a really great beat to it.
My favorite song this year was Sincerely Me from Jervin Hansen
because it's such a really good show, and that song is just like really upbeat and fun to listen to.
My favorite song is Despacito because it has a really good beat and it's fun to dance to.
My favorite song of the year is Barcelona by Ed Sheeran because it's really upbeat, and I think Ed Sheeran's a really talented artist.
So my favorite song would have to be Shelter by Porter Robinson. Had a fantastic video, by the way. Artistic work in that video, animation, fantastic.
My favorite song this year was Element by Kendrick Lamar because I feel it is underrated and it has a really nice beat.
My favorite song of the year was Winter's Gate by Insomnium because it's a pretty good song.
Our favorite song is the Moana soundtrack because we can't pick just one.
Yeah, we love all the songs on there. We listen to it all the time.
Yeah.
After the school year, everyone does something once it's over, from looking at a screen all day to boating in the Bahamas. Let's see what some students and teachers here at Hills are doing over the summer.
So our summer plans are we are going to Costa Rica and we're going to go backpacking, ziplining, and skydiving.
Over the summer, I'm going to be preparing for the SATs by going to an SAT academy, and that's going to be all my summer.
This summer, my plans are to go to Aruba with Trent, my best buddy.
This summer, I'm going to travel and do some work.
This summer, I'm gonna go to a couple tournaments for baseball and win them.
Over the summer, I'm going on a bus tour, and then I'm gonna hang out with my family, and then I'm gonna caddy for the next one.
Alright, this summer, I'm gonna hang out with friends, go to a basketball camp, and go on vacation.
My plans for this summer is to just not think about school, hang out with my friends, and just have a good time.
My plans for the summer is just to hang out with my friends, have a good time. I'm probably going to play lacrosse too. It's just going to be a fun time for me and my family.
My plans for the summer is to play baseball, hang out, not think about school.
My summer plans are spending time with my son Thomas at the community pool.
For the summer, I'm gonna sleep, and I'm gonna go down to the beach and hang out with my friends and go to my friend's house.
My summer plans consist of going to Jared's house and going on his boat.
I will be volunteering at Chilton Hospital for the whole summer and through the school year, and I will be going down the shore for 2 weeks in LBI.
My summer plans are to go on a church trip called Rise, and it's a week long, and we build houses and stuff.
I'm going to be a lifeguard.
Over the summer, I'm caddying at North Jersey Country Club.
I'm going to be staying inside and playing video games all summer.
Over the summer, I'm just going to be doing field hockey preseason.
Over the summer, I'm going to be going to Cancun with my family.
Hi, my name's Chad Senti, and my summer plans are football.
My name is Jeremy, and for the summer of 2017, I'm going to go practice for cross country.
My name is Patrick Arpello. My summer plans are lacrosse.
Hi, my name is Teo Marco. My summer plans are to have fun playing football all summer.
My name is Eric Kugliak. My summer plans are going to the club with my friend Ian.
And I'm going to be studying for SATs all over summer. No friends.
My summer plans are playing baseball all summer, not doing much, go to Wildwood with my family.
In the summer, I'm going to California, Mexico, and New Hampshire.
Over the summer, I'm going to Florida with my family.
My summer plans for this summer is basically I'm in a musical, so I'll have a lot of rehearsals for that. And I'm in cheer, so I have cheer practices, and I have a job. So that's basically my summer. I don't think I'm going anywhere, so yeah.
Hi, my name is Nick Chechelnitsky. Me and my friends might be longboarding this summer. We might be going down to Wildwood. And then also in the summer, I'm going to be lifeguarding at this camp. And some of my friends work there with me too. And I'm just going to make a lot of bank.
My name is Cole, and my summer plans are to go down the shore to Wildwood and go to the boardwalk and get some nice funnel cake.
My summer plan is I'm gonna go to the shore, chill there, and hang out with friends.
And my summer plans are chilling in my basement, eating some nice cookie dough ice cream.
And my summer plans are playing a lot of football with the high school, and also playing some summer lacrosse, going to a few tournaments.
And this summer, I'm going to Cancun, and I'm working as a lifeguard at the town pool.
Hi, I'm Michael Petroselli, and my summer plans are mainly having fun at football, basically the whole summer.
Hello, my name is Ian Bregman, and my summer plan is to become a pro video gamer.
I will be the best video gamer in the world.
Prescott, I'm in 10th grade, and my summer plans are I'm going to the Dominican Republic, and I plan on having fencing practice.
My summer plans, I'm in a musical at the Wayne Y. I play Corny Collins in Hairspray, and I'm also working at Stop and Shop, so come see me.
My summer plans are to continue my education with the Wayne EMS, working as an EMT over the summer. You know, maybe I'll see a couple of you guys. Hopefully. Maybe not. Hopefully not. And besides that, maybe I'll save a few lives. Probably not. Again. But, hey, it'll be fun.
My summer plans are to volunteer at Memorial Sloan Kettering in New York City, which is like a cancer center. So I'd be with all the cancer patients, trying to make them like happy and like all like not think about like their disease. I'll probably be going down the shore with my friends or cliff jumping and hiking and go to somewhere I haven't been yet, maybe travel somewhere.
This summer, probably gonna be hanging out with my friends, going swimming a lot, gonna be playing a lot of basketball, going out of state a bit, just having a good time.
My summer plans, right now I'm a part of a musical at the YMCA, Hairspray, so you can come and see that end of July. I'm also cheer captain, so I'm probably going to be like teaching like halftime and working on that. And yeah, basically just a musical and like cheer will be my summer vacation. I don't really have a summer, so.
I'm going to California, and I'm going to down the shore. That's going to be fun and stuff. I'm going to play some lacrosse, and I'm just going to hang out, play some video games, hang with some friends. That's pretty much it.
My summer plans probably going to be playing baseball, hang out with friends, doing a lot of fishing with friends, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
My summer plans are working and going down the shore and going on vacation.
My summer plans are going down the shore and lots of sleeping.
My summer plans are to get a job. I gotta start working to provide for my family. We're struggling right now. Times are tough. Economy's tough. I go to school full time, and now I gotta get a job too. So that's gonna be my summer. That's just gonna be my summer.
My summer plans for the summer are going overseas to visit some family, and then probably just coming home, just relaxing, hanging out all day. Then towards the end of the summer, I have soccer, basketball. It's gonna be a fun, exhausting time. So yeah, thanks.
My summer plans are working all day, saving up for college, planning on getting a construction job, and also working as a delivery guy at Positanos.
My summer plans are inviting Rhea over to float on Flamanda and make s'mores. And watch TV.
Yeah, outside.
Yeah.
And swim.
This summer, I'm going to Lake Tahoe, plan to meet some girls, go to the lake, have a good time. You know what I mean. Yeah. Then, what else am I? I'm going down the shore with my friends, staying at their house, meeting some more girls, and then going to college and hoping I have a fun time.
This summer, I'm competing in Summer Nationals in Salt Lake City, Utah for fencing. And after that, I'm going on a mission trip with my church to Lynn, Massachusetts to help clean up the local area and run a vacation Bible school. And after that, I'm going to spend time with my friends and go down to the shore before I have to leave for college in the fall.
Over the summer, I'm going to be working and volunteering with the Wayne First Aid Squad and the Wayne Fire Department.
I'm going to spend the entire summer down the shore pretty much.
My summer plans are I'm going to be shadowing doctors at Holy Name Hospital up in Teaneck, and I'm going to be doing a simulation lab where I will be able to experience different simulations of what nurses and what doctors may encounter.
I'm going to be working at a tea house serving tea to old women and spending my days at the beach and playing soccer.
I plan on hanging out with friends, going down the shore, playing golf.
My plans for the summer are just working and getting summer jobs.
My summer plans are going down the shore.
My summer plans are to intern.
This summer, got a few jobs lined up. Just enjoying the last few moments in Wayne before off to college. I don't know. I might cliff jump because the kids tell me that's exciting these days.
Well, everyone, that's all we got for today.
Our thanks goes out to Mr. Hookstrate's periods 6, 7, and 9 TV1 classes, and to all of you watching, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you this September.